upper floor, though.
Get a white dog, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
Good girl. You ready? Okay. Turning a 12-inch shelf into an 8-inch shelf. So that little notch is for this other piece of wood that holds the other side bracket on, so that it can sneak in underneath there, and all of these will get nailed to it. See if I can get this with one hand. I don't think so, but we'll try. This is just a little Japanese pull saw. And I just traced the old piece that the container stored made it with. Just get a good, well, not good, but at least a decent straight line started. Definitely not perfect mortise and tenon joinery. And all we need is a little bit of glue and a pin nailer. This glue is like an instant grab super glue with the activator. I don't want to nail into their nice picnic table, just in case, so prop that thing up. Having to kind of hustle on this project because I'm doing it in between rain showers. Sun's shining right now, but it's like rain clouds on each side of us. I'll have to take it back apart to get it in the closet where I want to put it, but boom. Turn your 12-inch shelf, 12-inch wide, into an 8-inch wide. Quick and easy, right? Let me put my tools away before it rains next, and then we'll put this thing in. I got help. Everybody's here with me. We've got this divider in here just so that the exhaust for this is a washer dryer all in one. It has to go out this spot in this camper, so it was the only option. So I had to put a divider in here so that all of my hanging clothes wouldn't sit against the hot pipe. So now we have a little extra shelf in there. She found a duck. All right. Kara's gone for a work trip to New Orleans for a few days, so you guys are stuck with me. Working on couple of projects around the RV, but anyway, today, or this morning, right now, we are going to work on bed struts. Underneath this bed, there are a couple of struts that are supposed to help you lift the thing and make it easier because the bed's heavy. We took out the original mattress. If you look back on our, I think it was our Foley, Alabama video, we actually got a Brooklyn bedding mattress for it, swapped out the garbage ones that come with the RVs. Well then, we decided that we are going to, when we moved into this thing this time around, we decided that we were going to bring our sleep number with. So this bed is a just regular king sleep number bed. Fits in here great. I measured and everything before we took it out. Put it in here, operated the slide, everything works exactly the same. This mattress is actually just a little bit smaller than the Brooklyn bedding RV King. So, I don't know how all of that works out, because this is just your, I think it's like the middle of the road sleep number. So there's nothing crazy special. It's not for an RV or anything like that, but we swapped it out. I put the pump in under the bed. There's like a storage, or not a storage spot, but an empty space actually physically in the slide out. Like the part you're going to see today that we're going to work on stops kind of right here, and then this section's about, I don't know, 8 inches deep or so that they leave as just dead space. And so what I did is I drilled a few big, like, I don't know, 2.5 or 3 inch holes with a hole saw in it, so that on the sides it could get air, so it gets airflow in there, and then one through the top so that the hoses for the mattress can actually work. And it works great, because we didn't want to give up our sleep number. So, but today we are going to work on these struts, because I have tried 3 different versions of heavier duty struts off of Amazon, and none of them work with this thing. They're either too light, so they don't hold the thing up, or one we tried was so heavy that it broke one of the mounts off, and the bed wouldn't even close. So we're going to try moving the strut mounts, because I think that's going to help more than anything else, just working on the geometry. But I'm going to give it a go. So, and you guys are going to come along for the ride, and you can watch me struggle or succeed. We'll see. Alright, well, I'm going to see if I can figure out how to get this thing propped up. First of all, I've got a, this is our slide out stick. So I made a stick to measure for when we're parking the camper, to make sure our slide outs won't hit anything. I actually just cut a piece of PVC pipe and then wrapped it in orange electrical tape, and that way it wouldn't get thrown away, or we'd remember what the heck it was for. But I'm going to try and use that as a prop rod here, so that this mattress doesn't fall on my head while I'm trying to figure this situation out. Of course, it's not the length I need. So I also brought a level just in case, maybe that would work. Well, I think the level might be the ticket. And so, I don't know if you guys can see. Bring you in here. Bring you in here for it. So, what I'm dealing with is these struts are mounted to the bed base, and the underside, this is just a piece of plywood that the mattress sits on. What I'm thinking is if I move that pivot point out further, I'm thinking actually of putting it out here and having the strut go the opposite way, because I think that's going to work a lot better for lifting a heavy bed. And so I think that's what I'm going to try first. Pushing this thing all the way up so that this strut's pressure doesn't fling the mount and potentially break something. And this side was the mount that the heavy duty strut broke. So I've actually got a replacement ball mount on it that I have to drill into the bed base. I'm gonna give it a go. Drill some more screw holes in this bed frame. So that's a good sign. Holds itself open. I don't know if it'll close that way though with the struts going opposite directions. And it just dropped and broke this mount too. So that just added to the project. We get to put a replacement mount in this one too. Fun. Well, there you go. You can take a look at it and see what happened. That these mounts are just like a push through, I don't know, it's like a riveted thing where it's just press fit or whatever, and as soon as they get too much force, it just peels that mount over and then starts to pull the ball joint out of there, and that's what the end of those shock absorbers mounts to. So some of the new struts that I bought came with bolt-in ones, and this is exactly what happened to that one a couple of tries ago at this. So now what I have to do is tear that ball joint off of there, drill this hole out to a 5/16 so the shank of the bolt that holds the new one in works, and then run a couple of nuts onto it as a jam nut. First step is to tear that thing out. Since it didn't come all the way out, it just bent and became loose, because I don't have a way with any of the tools I have in the camper to try and press that backside of that ball joint straight and tight again. So got a couple pairs of pliers. We're going to see what happens here, I guess. The last one I did this with was the strut tore it out completely, so I didn't have to do this part. But with the way this has been going, my luck, it's not going to come out, and I'm going to be fighting it. Oh, nope, look at that. There it is. Popped right out of there. What they are is a very similar piece of equipment. This one's a little bit longer, but it's close enough with these things. This isn't an exact science. But the difference is these have a bolt shank on the back side of it, and they come with a couple of nuts. So what I do is I run one nut on there, because that takes up some of that shank, because they're way too long for what I need. You know, the old one didn't even hardly stick out the backside. So now what that does is once I drill it out, it'll only stick through a little ways, and then I will run another nut on there to clamp it tight. I'm not getting fancy and going to find wrenches and crap. Pliers work just fine. There you go. It's tightened up, you can see. I'm gonna try that. It's kind of improvised, but we'll see. Out of curiosity. Okay. Well, that's gonna be the ticket for now. Sadly, that is much, much lower than I'd like it to be. But this shock body will bottom out on this mount. That's what happened before, why the ball end broke off. And I've tried numerous different shocks, and that side, the way that shock runs this direction, just does not hold this much weight up that's on this bed. So it's going to have to be this direction, so that it's lifting, it's putting its force up like that, which is unfortunate because it's not as easy to get under the bed. It's much lower to get stuff in and out. But we'll run it and see how it goes. Alright, now for the real test. We are gonna see if it works with both hooked up. Ha! I'll be damned. So, we're gonna give that a go. I'm not, I mean, I don't love the fact that it doesn't open up as far as I'd like it to, but gotta work with what you got, I guess. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll see you guys later. Trudy, Gertrude, wait. Wait. Good girl. See the duck? Okay, let's go get it. No, you can't have the duck. Duck is over here just teasing you two, huh? Just taking her time, getting down to the water. Get out in the water, little one. There you go. On the hunt for our new storage unit. I think ours is on an upper floor though. Must be. Okay. Oh, here we are. No light in here though. Oh, there it is. Well, that's the beginning of it anyway. Next time I'm here, I'll be filling it up.
Little butt. Get a white dog, they said. It'll be fun, they said. I think you're cute.
Ellie hasn't decided she wants to dunk yet. Trudy, on the other hand, she loves chasing the water. Not really chasing, just biting. Instead of using the pool, we would rather just roll in the grass. That's what we're opting for right now. Okay. Yes, there you go. Good girl. Hey, get back here. No, Elvira, no. Get back here. There you go. Come on. You get in your poo? No. He says, nope, I want to lay here in the sun. Get hot, and then maybe I'll get in the pool. Good girl. You ready? Okay. Good girl. Bring it here. Yes, that's good girl. Bring it here. Thank you. You ready?